This is taking forever. I have like a couple hundred gigabytes to proxy.
Hello.
Hello.
Videologue. What?
Is there something you'd like to say to the noble viewers of the Videologue?
I don't know.
You don't know? No.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know.
Keyframing sucks.
Yeah.
And masking.
Yep.
It's a lot of work.
It is very true.
Yeah. Stay out of keyframing.
He's done a lot of keyframing at the moment, so... And I know it sucks. There's been a lot of snow the last few days, and like it always is in this part of the country, it usually melts away, or it melts partially and then turns into ice, which I'm glad to see hasn't happened here. It must be a bit too warm at nights for it to fully freeze. It is. It's quiet and it's good to see all the white. It makes me happy to see. Here we are. Home from work and food's in the oven. Yeah, that's better. It was sort of mentioned with John there that what do I say? What do you want me to say? That's one of the things I'm having a bit of struggle with this vlog thing, is trying to figure out what to talk about. I'm the introverted type, so it's talking isn't really much of a skill that I have. I can talk to myself easily enough, but you know, a situation like this, talking to other people, I mean, I can edit myself on the spot. I don't even have to edit myself if I'm talking to myself. But it's really a question about why I started this to begin with, and it's a little bit about who I am, I guess. Am I in focus? Yeah. I mentioned ever so slightly that I am on the autism spectrum, and I suppose I am a natural introvert, so it's a double whammy of sorts. I struggle with interpersonal relationships, like talking to strangers, meeting strangers, being around strangers really stresses me out. Eye contact, even looking at the lens here, this mechanical eye is sort of, I constantly want to look over slightly at the screen, because those are my own eyes and I can look at them fine, but looking over there at you, as it were, is actually pretty difficult. It's proving to be. Being on the autism spectrum can be quite challenging from day to day. It varies. For me, at least, it varies from day to day. I'm what you might call a pretty high functioning, and I've been able to navigate through life to the age of 38. and have sort of handled myself remarkably well. That's at least what I've been told. But at some point, there's a point where things give in, and that's what happened to me when in the years leading up to the pandemic, and I got very depressed, and I got mentally exhausted. I'm still mentally exhausted from that time. And I suppose I will be mentally exhausted for a few years afterwards. And I think this vlogging thing is part of the healing process in a way, that I can sort of be comfortable with myself, be comfortable with the camera, and be comfortable with talking about these things in a proper way, I guess. Like I always liked the language of movies and how editing works, like how you can change one frame to another, and with those two frames, depending on what they are and how they're placed together, and the length and the placement of the cut, you can tell an entire story with just 2 frames. That's something that fascinates me greatly. I've always been really interested in movie history and how movies are put together and things like that. So that's why I became an editor. I went to a private university, I guess it's called. It's a for-profit university, and went there for 2 years, learning how to, essentially the craft of making movies. It hasn't been really useful other than doing things as a hobby at home, and the job I'm in now, which is as an editor for the media section of a local charity. And it's a really nice job to have, especially for someone like me who has the challenges I have, and I really appreciate the chance I had to come to where I work. And this is kind of a shout out to you, Jon Top, because it's like seeing your vlogs and seeing the things that you do, and getting used to editing again, and learning new things from all the people I'm working with. And so it's the reason why I've started the vlog one is in part due to you, Jan, because it was sort of an inspiration for me to get going and get trucking along, you might say. It's going to be an interesting road, I think, to travel upon this thing. I hope that whoever is watching this enjoys the vlogs I make. I don't expect that they will have much like revolutionary content. I might do many mistakes, but make a few boring ones even. But that's the nature of learning things. Like you have to make mistakes in order to learn from them. So it's a pleasure having you along the journey, and we'll see how it goes.